Hello, Facebook friends and family. It's Jennifer. You can tell I'm on Zoom again today because I have no idea how it works. Can't tell whether I'm live or not. And I don't think I can see comments either. So this should be fun. Anyway, appreciate you all joining me today. If you're catching me live, let me know what the weather's like where you are. If you're catching this on the replay, comment replay. It's Testimonial Tuesday, and I realized I haven't talked much about my story lately. And with Thanksgiving coming up next week, I was thinking about, just the things in my life I'm grateful for. And today was one of those days here in West Virginia where it was a little overcast and what in the past would have been a very gloomy day for me that would have definitely impacted my mindset. And yet I had a good day. I had a productive day. I had a uplifting day, and I realized that is all just a benefit of taking this oil. And so I just thought I'd share that about my story and my journey. And obviously the other thing, the reason I'm so grateful for this oil is what it's done for our Nemo, our 12-year-old yellow lab. When we first found this oil, he had gotten to the point with his hips. He was really in trouble. He couldn't get up on the couch, couldn't get up on the bed, had a hard time getting in and out of the car. When a friend of mine gave me some homemade CBD treats, and I got to watch him just completely come back to life. And here we are, gosh, almost 2 years later, and he is just doing fantastic. And I couldn't be happier, couldn't be more grateful for that. So the other thing today too is a friend of mine shared, it was a news report, I don't know, like Fox 12 or something out of, I don't know if it's Kansas City or where, but another kind of thing where they bought, an investigative team went out, bought products locally. They bought 12 different products, shipped them off to the lab, had them all tested to figure out if what was in the product was actually what was being portrayed on the label. First of all, none of them matched what was on the label as far as the amount of CBD in the bottle. Only 4 of them came close. And so it just made me think, even though I know it, and I feel like because I think about it all the time that everybody else must know it, because I'm, reading about it, learning about it, studying, that everybody must know. And I realized, especially when I'm out doing my events and stuff, talking to people, that it is still so new that most people don't know. So you want to be very, very careful with where you're buying your oil from. I had a long conversation with one of my customers on the phone today, and that was one of her frustrations. And is she got started. She bought a couple products from different places where there was no help. There was nobody to talk to, nobody to answer questions. And it's really a product where you want to work with somebody one-on-one to help you figure out how to get started, how to find your sweet spot. If you're having troubles, figuring that piece out, it's really good to have somebody to bounce that off of who has the experience, to walk you through, whether you should continue to go up or back off, all those sorts of things to it. The other thing is, how do you find a good quality product? So the biggest one is to just simply look at the label. And I have to laugh because I bought, after I had ran out of the homemade CBD treats that my girlfriend made, I ended up at the pet food store. I bought 3 or 4 different products from them. They, of course, didn't do anything. And that set me on the journey I'm on, which or was on, of finding a good quality product. And what's funny is once I finally figured out what to look for, what should be on the label, I of course pulled out those old products and started looking at them and thought, oh my gosh, what on earth is here? One of the products had, and they were gel caps, which makes it even scarier. They had bovine derived gelatin as like the first ingredient on the label. So I don't know why that would be in a CBD product now that I know what I'm looking for, and but it's just kind of scary. So first things first, look at your label. If there's more than 2 ingredients, 3 if it has a flavoring, just put it back on the shelf. Basically, that manufacturer has decided to load up the product with fillers that just simply dilute the effectiveness of the CBD, and it won't work as well for you. A big one is most people are buying something that is just simply hemp seed oil. A lot of people think you can buy your CBD oil off of Amazon, and that's what most people don't know is that selling CBD is actually against Amazon's terms and conditions or their policies, so they don't even allow it to be sold on their platform. And yet, if you type in CBD oil in Amazon, it'll show you like 6,000 products, all of which are just strictly hemp seed oil. Hemp seed oil is a good nutritional supplement, has a great ratio of omega-3s and omega-6s, and does a lot of other things. It's a great carrier oil, but it doesn't actually have a measurable amount of CBD in the bottle, in which case it won't do anything for you. I talked to a gentleman this past weekend that had that exact same experience. And that's the hard part is, if that's you and you've gone that route and not gotten any help from it, then chances are you're thinking, well, it works for everybody else. It just didn't work for me. And it may just be that what was in your bottle wasn't what was needed in order for it to work. So yeah, that's the big thing. The other thing that most people don't know to look for, particularly if you're buying your CBD in a gas station, as an example, I would challenge you next time you buy some to go in there and ask them for their third-party lab reports. You're looking for a product that is tested by a third-party lab. So something that looks like this, which gives you, and I don't know if you can see that all too well with the light, but it gives you the cannabinoid profile, and it tells you the different types of cannabinoids that are actually in the bottle, and it measures to let you know that there is CBD and all the other cannabinoids in the bottle. But that's only one part of the testing. So I've seen so many companies that'll say, oh, we're third party tested, and they'll show you a cannabinoid profile, but then you ask for a certificate of analysis and they say, oh, well, we don't have that. Well, the certificate of analysis is important because it covers all of the things you really want to make certain that are not in your bottle. So it tests for things like heavy metal. So with hemp being a filter plant, it picks up everything in the soil. So you want to make certain that there aren't any heavy metals being picked up in the plant. There's a lot of products out there that will actually test high for lead, which is, particularly if you're giving it to a child, that's a huge issue that you don't want to introduce. You want to make certain that where your hemp is grown, that they're not using pesticides, sprays, GMOs, being grown in organic conditions. And then let me also see the other things on the certificate of analysis. You want to make certain that it has the microbial analysis, so that there's no yeast, there's no molds, no pathogens. And then the other big one is the residual solvent analysis. So that tests for things like ethanol, alcohol, acetone, hexanes, all that kind of stuff. That has to do with how the product has been processed. And so the cleanest process method out there is a CO2 extraction method. That's what my company uses, which leaves no residual in the product whatsoever. Since you're putting it in your body, you're hoping that it'll help you for just a myriad of different things. Obviously, you want to make very, very certain that what it is you're putting in your body is in fact a good quality oil. And then the other thing, there is the new U.S. Hemp Authority seal of approval. So that looks like this guy. That's a good thing to look for to let you know you're getting a good quality oil. If your bottle has, like for example, we not only have the seal, I can get that on there, but then we also have the QR tag where I can actually scan that with my phone, and it'll take me right straight to the third-party lab reports on what's on the oil that's actually in that bottle. So just lots to watch out for as far as where you get your oil, whether or not it's a good quality oil, and I just wanted to see real quick if I could find where comments are on here, and unfortunately I don't think I can find them actually. Okay, so I found a couple. So hey Sherry, hey Jerry, hey Wilma, she's up in Morgantown. I guess it's raining up there, so I guess I shouldn't be too bummed out. It hasn't rained at all down here. today. But anyway, so just super grateful. The biggest thing is just, what the oil can do for your overall health. Um, it's helped me with female issues. It's helped me with joint discomfort issues. Obviously, I sleep fantastic. My mental state, mental clarity is awesome with it. So that's kind of my journey. And just, there's lots of different reasons why I get excited about it, what it's done for my family members, all that kind of stuff. So, but there's so much going around where they're just finding out that there's just nothing but junk on the market. And I just, I want to be part of educating people on what to look for. So that way you're not duped into buying something that's not going to help you. And, you definitely want to make certain you get a good quality product. So that's all I got for today. I'm going to go try and walk Nemo. My goal was to walk him before it got dark, but it's not looking like it. That's a hard part about this time of year. It's 5:30. It's already dark outside. So I don't know who came up with this daylight savings time, but I think we need to get rid of it. So, but nobody asked my opinion, right? All right. Thank you all for joining me. I hope everybody has a good day, and I will talk to you all soon.